your business than numbers and spreadsheets. For us at Midwest Bank, the people who make up a business matter most. We believe in getting to know you and your business and providing customized banking solutions that help protect your business and help it grow. Schedule a free consultation with us today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different. but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Uncut with former Nebraska baseball pitcher Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final show, live show for Ticket Weeknights. That is Uncut with Kyle Perry, the former Husker pitcher. To my left, as always, if you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. Ticket goes deep into the night, especially when fall comes around. The student-athlete shows with the former student-athlete shows to the former Huskers. Goes on and on and on. Appreciate you guys listening. As always, you can put a face to the voice. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Kyle Perry, how's it going on a chilly Wednesday night?
It's a chilly hump day, Harrison. It's great to be here, man. Happy to be here with you. Welcome in, everybody listening. It's nothing short of a little bit chilly out there here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Seriously, though, the chilly mornings.
That's where it gets
I was not looking forward to them, man. And if you're in Nebraska and you're listening out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a tough deal. And if you got a car in the garage, God bless you. And it's just one of those things, man. I saw I think this morning was the first time I saw, at least this year, where the grass was totally frosted, and you just knew it was going to be a tough go around when you walked out the house. So
bugs are dead, though.
Hey, you know what?
First frost.
You know, there's pros, there's cons, and happy freaking to be here at 93.7 The Ticket here with you, Harrison. I mean, we can get into pretty much about anything tonight. The Dodgers are beating the brakes off the Mets right now. Shohei got a 3-run pump under his belt. And that's just what the greatest player that's ever lived is going to do when it matters most. And so I think that's going to put away the Mets tonight.
Yikes. 7-0. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
First time looking at the score here.
Yep. Went to Down the Hatch tonight, a local bar and grill here in Lincoln, Nebraska. One of the hottest spots. They got one of the best deals, and I'm just going to plug Down the Hatch in because, well, you know, I really shouldn't, but they got 50-cent tacos on Wednesday. It's not Tuesday, but it's Wednesday, and that's one of the best deals, Harrison. We can go on and talk about deals if you want to, but
we talked about deals and brewskis yesterday. Down the Hatch,
that's special, isn't it? I mean, really, because in a world today where you are matched up against rewards programs where you think you're probably making a good profit or saving a lot of money, you might not be because you got to buy 10 bowls to get a free one sort of world, right? Yeah. And you roll in, you get a deal like a 50-cent taco, put down 10 in about 10 minutes tonight, and that only cost me a Lincoln. And so
I went there the other day, and
that's special.
What did I think? I got like 3 cores, or maybe even 4. Maybe I've
Harrison,
frisky.
You dog.
It's $10.50.
And that's special.
I was like, yeah, that's something in today's world when it usually costs you 5 for 1.
That's right.
Hey, Uncut could use a sponsor.
Certainly
feels like
could.
That's your spot before you head out here.
So are we asking Coors Light? Yeah, the Coors Brewing Company. If you're listening, give the boys a shout.
Take a swing at it.
Yeah, Golden, Colorado is really beautiful, though. Have you been?
Golden,
Colorado? That's where Coors is.
No. I've been to Colorado. I don't think I've ever been. What is that area roughly? Because I've been to a lot of spots in Colorado, but I don't know if I've been there.
You know what? Someone in the text line might know, but I think
take Denver, north, east, west, or south.
I think it's one of the directions, but I think it's about an hour and a half away from Denver. My girlfriend went to a D2 in Denver, Regis University, and so when we would go there, we'd try to turn it into a little vacation sort of deal where we'd go and see some landmarks and whatnot. And so yeah, I think I don't think it's too far from Denver, but if that gives you any, I mean, you could give it a Google, Harrison. You're freaking good. You're quick on the fingers over there. For those listening, Harrison's got one hand on the boards here, working sound, video, etc., and then he's got one hand on the Google He's typing in stuff. So this guy is an absolute workhorse, day in, day out, night in, night out. So shout out Harrison, man. You do a great job. I don't tell you that enough.
So let's see what Maps has got here.
Yeah, let's see it. Hopefully an hour and a half wasn't too bad.
Okay, so yeah, it is about probably an hour. It is on the
even better.
far. You got to go all the way on the west side of Denver, almost to the outside of Denver is where you'll find.
What I was gonna say.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah.
It was the direction on the compass.
Yeah,
and that direction is
That's
west.
right. That's right. So yeah, no, we're tonight at Down the Hatch. With a lot of my former teammates that are still on the team. They just wrapped up their fall tonight with the red white series. So
yeah, what does this look like?
I just had a lot of time to
baseball
kill before 10 o'clock. So
when it starts getting chilly like this, like, does anything really change, or you just tough it out and you go out there?
a lot of indoor stuff, especially at a place like Haymarket, because once the weather tones down, it's gonna be dead grass, and the turf management people are gonna be all over us for being on the turf, sort of deal. But I mean, I think a lot of indoor stuff, probably in the Hawks. If I were, if that's what they're doing this year, I'm not sure, but yeah, a lot of indoor stuff and individual stuff. So pitchers, I'm sure, are going to be with the pitchers and infielders, outfielders, etc., whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun time for them though, because it's kind of a step back from the intensity of what fall ball brings, and that's just an every year thing. So I'm assuming they're not going to stray away too far from that, but no, from what I heard tonight, they had a very competitive fall, and they should be really good. And I've always been saying that I think they're going to be good next year, and and everyone hopes for
standard,
it. Right. But it is also tough to match. We've talked about it, match expectations in baseball. Baseball is one of the toughest sports to match expectations, because if you got a team that's supposed to go do damage, it's tough, whether or not your team is that talented or not, to go and match expectations of other people. So no, it'll be great though. I think they got the makeup and character for a great team next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some people on the text line, unknown texters, saying you don't do good with the cold, Kyle Perry.
With the cold?
With the cold.
With the cold.
Kyle Perry is a mama's boy who needs gloves and a jacket when he leaves the house in the mornings.
Oh my God, bro. What?
That's got to be one of you guys,
No, I don't wear gloves. Maybe it is.
I don't think that's a stranger.
No, I don't wear gloves. Well,
sure.
If it is, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. No, I've always been too stubborn to put on gloves, and a long sleeve and sweats was always, what I'd roll out of growing up. So no, I mean, I am a mama's boy though. I'll admit it, but no, I mean, you got that part wrong about me. I mean, it's.
I'll be honest, I was one of those
But I
guys.
will say, I mean, gloves are kind of essential now, growing up.
Yeah, I was one of, like, for football practice, especially, if you're lucky enough to get to postseason, especially in Nebraska, like, it gets brutally cold for those practices. And like, by the time you're playing if you're lucky enough to go to the state title game at Memorial Stadium, like, it's usually 10 degrees, 35 degrees on like a good day, if you're lucky enough to be playing state football. And I was one of those guys that's like, can I wear my hoodie under the pads here? Like, I can't deal with cold like that.
It checks out, Harrison. It does. With all due respect, I think I can see you putting on shoulder pads right now.
Yeah, I got a long sleeve underneath the hoodie right now.
But hey, to each their own, man. I'm not judging at all, but I will say there was a game our senior year, Cade Povich and I, future major league starter Cade Povich from Bell West High School and Bellevue West High School in Omaha. And I were facing up against each other in high school, and I think the wind chill was ridiculous. And I think there's like a certain rule in high school baseball where the wind chill, if it reaches a certain point,
yeah, they'll get you out of there.
And
they don't want you freezing.
It didn't end up getting to that point that day. That's at least what's been told to me, because I'll tell you the way it felt. It felt like the wind chill got there, and so everyone knew it was going to be a cold day, and so. We were seniors, so off block, I had one of my teammates over at the house, and it was one of those things where you had so much adrenaline going, because it was like a top 5 matchup, whatever, in high school baseball. And so we're at my house in the off block getting fired up, like the cold ain't whatever. This is gonna have no bearing on the game, whatever. And knowing damn well it was dude, it was
You're gonna feel
it was pretty cold, and it was windy as well. And every team, every school, every game had called off their games for that day,
except for you guys.
for the 2 schools that were playing in that game.
Was it just because the game's too big?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Or
It kind of boggles my mind looking back, because I mean, like, at this, looking back, probably nowadays they'd probably cancel that game first, knowing the caliber of the teams that were playing. But at least in 2018,
play ball.
We ended up playing, and we're the only game in the entire state, I believe, that was playing that day. And I always wore my finger outside of my glove, Harrison.
Ooh.
And so every time it gets cold, my index finger on my right hand, it like throbs, and you don't have to touch it. I could walk out like this into like frigid cold, like if it gets under 32 degrees.
Do you think that's from that game,
dude? And I will swear on it that was from that game. I think I got like whatever the middleman of frostbite, where it's minor and bad. I think I got that, but like to where it chilled to the bone, seriously, to where it feels like I broke my finger when it gets cold, when it gets that frigid. Are you looking that up right now?
Long-term effects of frostbite: increased sensitivity to cold, numbness, stiffness, and pain in the affected area. So you got that stuff for life, buddy.
But it's this finger, and it was
that's the one
out of my glove that day. And I will tell you, I burnt a hole in my pants this game because I was standing next to the heater, too close. I didn't even feel that it had burnt a hole through my pants. I mean, it was one of those. It was actually just stupidly cold.
This is basically what's telling me is it destroyed enough blood vessels and nerves. That's why you get that sharp pain, because
checks out.
Never, you can't really replace those.
No, it literally feels like someone took my finger. Like every time it gets cold and it gets exposed to the cold, that someone like just took it and just snapped it.
Chronic pain, you got it.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's just this one finger, dude. And I'll tell you, I can't imagine ever having it on a limb or something. But no, the cold's serious, man. Especially here in a place like Nebraska, dude. I'll tell you. I mean, it's serious here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how cold does it need to be for them to call off a baseball game. For football, it's like negative. I want to say it's like negative 15, and then they highly advise it. I don't know if there's actual. I can't remember what football is, but it does get to a point where it's like we highly advise you just cancel it. I'm sure your game got to that, and then the big dogs were like, nah, we're dogs.
Hey, maybe that's what happened, and we were all about it. We were all about it till we hit the field, and we're like, dude, this is crazy. I mean, it was nuts. It really was. I don't even know how many runs were scored that day. Probably off airs.
I'm trying to think. This one, the NCAA is 15 degrees Fahrenheit or below.
Well,
which doesn't seem too bad.
No, that's not bad.
High school ball. I mean, that's crazy what you guys.
No, it was, dude. I'm telling you, it was pretty nuts. But to open up the yearbook again, Povich remembers. I guarantee it. If I were to call up Poe right now, he'd probably give you the whole rundown too. It was unbelievably cold. I'm telling you, I stayed up in the press box while the entire team was warming up, because you're starting pitcher. And I was sitting in right next to a heater with gloves and a hoodie, maybe even a coat, in the press box that was already heated. Dude, it was some serious stuff. I can't even, and we were literally the only game playing in the entire state that day. But yeah, so that's just, baseball in Nebraska. Got to deal with it. Roll with the punches, man.
Yeah, and we talked about that before. It's going to be fun. Those early games, it's like, if Oregon's got to go run out there to Rutgers.
Yeah.
All right, not Rutgers.
See,
Rutgers
that's what I'm saying.
No, that's East Coast. But
right.
we'll throw in, Iowa.
Right.
A whole Iowa game, a Minnesota game. That's brutal.
It doesn't get much worse, dude. I'm telling you, because, you can push it. That same game versus Poe, you move that to a month. We're probably dealing with maybe 10 degrees hotter.
Does cold affect performance at all, or is it just all mental?
Oh, absolutely, it does. I mean,
what
changes? Pitcher, I mean, you take 10 seconds off before a pitch, you're tightening up. It's just like, I mean, you can't, because I'll give a little bit about being here at Nebraska. We ran a 6-minute mile my first 3 years under Coach Bolt. And
everybody had to get it under 6 minutes?
Yeah. Or else you had some payout. And it was I don't want to cuss, but it was bat crazy.
6-minute mile, though, You should be able to get that.
I mean,
if you're a D1 athlete.
But Harrison, you go home, on the way home tonight, you just think about that. Just think about the pace that you would have to keep up
for
a 6-minute mile. Once, just empty the tank. That's all it takes. But just think about that. Put yourself in that headspace.
Okay.
It is hell, brother. It is unreal. I'm telling you. And so for my first 3 years under Bolt, we ran it. And I think that came from Rob Childress, ironically, from A&M. So while Rob was still at A&M, we were running this thing here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Because Rob's one of those guys, he doesn't care about how you feel, and Will Bolt he's got the same characteristics, along there with Rob. And so we would run these things, and dude, we would show up at 5:15 in the morning in the middle of October, because now the falls have been pushed up because the weather's pretty brutal.
That's a different type of pain when you're sucking in cold air.
Right.
That
exactly.
That's
so,
different.
Dude, it was a unbelievably tall task.
Yeah.
And I was in basketball shape. I'd say still when Coach Bolt came in my sophomore year, or in the fall going into my sophomore year, summer going into my sophomore year, excuse me. And it was, dude, I'm telling you, it was unbelievably hard because you're sucking in cold air when you think you're trying to get breaths, and you're probably breathing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And all you feel is just dry here in the throat.
Yeah.
And then in your lungs, you feel like you could drop dead at any given moment. I mean, it's unreal.
Something about, I don't know if you get this, but if you run hard enough in the cold weather, you taste blood.
Probably.
You know what I mean? You almost get that metallic-y taste because it's like you said, it's so dried out and frozen. It's
traumatic.
It's just a brutal way to start the day. I'll give you that. October, 5:15 morning run, 6-minute mile when it's cold out.
And see,
that's a different animal.
And I got a little taste of both, because for a punishment for missing a meeting, ironically, Coach Bolt had me run a 6-minute mile when it was not so cold. I think it was right as we got back from summer break, and it was 75, 85 degrees, somewhere in that range. And I ran a 6-minute mile, with no training. And for context, in the other ones, we would train for a few weeks before we did the actual thing. So,
right.
To gain a little perspective, get a little strategy going with how you're going to attack this thing with your pace and whatnot. And so I did the 6-minute mile as a punishment, and that was 10 times easier. I mean, I passed it with flying colors while feeling pretty good after. It still sucked. I mean, to run a 6-minute mile was unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Just sucks. But I mean, when it was warmer, it was such a difference. But they the ball team no longer does the 6-minute mile. Thank goodness. But
what was the whole idea behind that?
Mental toughness, 100%. I mean, it's that thing was all mental, because literally about a lap and a half, because we'd run it on the concourse at Haymarket. And so 3 laps around the concourse is a mile. And I'm sure plenty of fans have walked that concourse, and they know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been there and you're listening. But 3 laps is a mile. And so once you're about a lap and a half into that thing,
you feel it.
Your quads are tightening up, your calves, your ankle, everything. Just I remember my shoulders would be super sore because I thought I was doing a lot when I was pumping my arms. I thought I was going faster, but you will do anything when it comes to that to at least make yourself feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, I always get to the point where I was when I used to run a lot more, just literally had to put my mind pick up your left knee.
Mm-hmm.
Now pick up your right knee.
Yeah, bro.
Now pick up, because you're just purely relying on all the momentum, and you're just I just got to pick my foot up.
Yeah.
And then you're not even thinking about running anymore.
You're literally manually thinking and feeling. It's crazy. But yeah, no. And so there was a mom of one of my clients at the Wave in Waverly that I was doing lessons with, and she was talking about a runner's high.
Never got it.
I was like, you're capping. There's no way that it even exists. She was like, well, it takes 3 miles. That's what she said. It takes 3 miles to reach that. And she says it totally exists.
I think it does for some people.
So
but
I was
never did it.
I was like, okay. And I was a total doubter. But I was saying, I would love to feel that eventually someday, but, you got to get to 3 miles, right? And that's something
What's the furthest you've ever ran? Like consistently with no breaks?
Probably a mile.
A mile?
Probably a mile.
You're never in track or
middle
anything
school?
growing up?
No, hell no. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I played basketball. I wouldn't double down on it and do cross country on top of it. Hell no. No. That's just not how it goes. But
how big was your class in Lincoln?
Oh. In Lincoln.
Right? Aren't you a Lincoln kid?
No, Omaha.
Oh, excuse me. Omaha.
In Millard South, it was in the thousands, I'm pretty sure. No, it couldn't have been the thousands.
That's just
my
crazy
class
to think about.
No, because we had a pretty big school, but my class couldn't have been in the thousands. I don't know. It was a good size. I mean, it's a Class A school, so whatever the qualifications to be a Class A school.
It goes by the entire student body, though.
Right. It does. But I mean, it evens out. But whatever it was, I mean, it was big enough. It was, yeah.
I was, because I was gonna ask, because but when you are in those big schools, you can't really just, hey, I'm gonna go try everything, because you're probably not gonna start in a lot of those things unless you're really focused on one.
Right.
Unless you're, an Eric Strickland where you can go play baseball, basketball, football. You're just a beast at everything because you're just a phenomenal athlete. But everybody's kind of got their niche.
No doubt.
All right. Got anything else said before we throw to our first break
here?
Throw
out the break, brother.
Let's do it. Uncut, Kyle Perry, former Husker pitcher. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
The spitting incident.
Oh, the spitting incident.
How bad was that? And do he deserve to miss more games?
I think it's despicable to spit on another human
lucky
being.
this guy had a shield on his face. What happened? The guy from Oregon, the receiver.
Yeah, receiver.
Spit in the guy's face from Ohio State. Why did he do that?
Man, you don't spit on a guy.
Back and forth.
You don't spit on a guy. I would never do that again. I said again.
I was going to ask you about that from one spitter to another spitter.
No, come on, guys. Listen, guys.
Years ago.
27 years ago.
Yeah.
Guys, don't hold that against me.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Kim with Midwest Bank. We know there is more to your business than numbers and spreadsheets. For us at Midwest Bank, the people who make up a business matter most. We believe in getting to know you and your business and providing customized banking solutions that help protect your business and help it grow. Schedule a free consultation with us today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Uncut with Kyle Perry, the former Husker pitcher to my left. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. You can also put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Kyle Perry, 15 minutes here on this segment. Where do you want to go with it?
Well, quite frankly, I'm curious. All right. And I want to know from the people outside. I want to know from you, Harrison. Does a runner's high freaking exist, man? Because quite frankly, I don't think it does. I think that's a total hoax. Fake news, if you will. I think I don't believe the runner's high does exist, Harrison. So give me your take on it, because you're a runner, from what I understand.
Yeah, well, we'll say was. Yeah,
was.
I won't consider myself. I'll consider my a part-time right now.
There you go. Yeah.
When it gets colder, it's almost quitting time for me. But
I can still respect the part-time though. Part-time running is harder than.
Hey, the country runs on part-timers too, right?
No doubt.
You need those people. But yeah, I'll say this much: like, I don't know what the runner's high is, but for me, it's like maybe you just don't hurt as bad. I never got a feeling of like euphoria. Yeah. Like, this is awesome. This is fun. And I was giving you some of the numbers before. Like, I wasn't going on kiddie runs all the time. Like, I was trying to push it my peak. Yeah, it always hurt. Like, it always hurt. You get a little bit, like, the side ache goes away, if you want to call that the runner's high, where your side doesn't hurt.
It'd be a fun time to get a guy like Max Anderson. We broke up into groups before we ran the 6-minute mile, and Max Anderson was in my group. And he ended up running like a 5:34 or something like that. A 5:30. Yeah, you.
Holy smokes!
And so, if you don't know at home, folks, you can Google Max Anderson. He was a second rounder, I believe, out of the University of Nebraska Lincoln. Middle infielder that wore glasses, little chunky guy. Yeah, he ran a 5-minute 34-second mile, I believe, and that's one of the more deceptively fast running humans of all time. It's got to be. It's got to be. He's built like Miguel Cabrera. I mean, he's one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter I've ever seen in person.
That's
unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, no, and he's with the Tigers. So hopefully he ends up having, a 15-year big league career. But no, that man ran a 5.5-minute mile, and that was probably the craziest thing. One of the crazier things I've seen athletically achieved.
I mean,
to be honest,
he's winning gold in some of those meets.
Yeah,
for sure.
right,
Like,
right.
if you can cut down a mile. I like C2, right? So we weren't the dogs of the dogs.
Yeah.
We had this one kid named Brian Santiago, beast. I can't remember what his times were. He broke a lot of records. So,
Shout out Brian, man.
Yeah, probably not beating that kid, but everybody else, you're getting silver. And I think even in C2, I think he was like one of the best runners if you go through like all the classes. Maybe it gets tighter in Class A, but I mean, he was just the absolute freak.
And what were your outfits?
Well, he was a Hartington Public kid. There's school crosses.
Okay, what did you have to wear?
We were red. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, what was the get up? Do you have to wear like some short shorts?
Yeah, they weren't like short shorts, but they were short shorts. But I mean, you just wear compressions underneath. I didn't see anybody just going with just the shorts. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of a crazy look, especially if you're a guy. Like, wear some compressions.
No doubt.
And then the classic, just every track male athlete, they got the, what do you even want to call it? Like a really light tank top, basically.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
They had
I thought it was more like closer
up.
to like a wrestling singlet. So I was just gonna say I would love to, not love. I think I would find pure entertainment out of seeing Max Anderson wearing a wrestling singlet, esque outfit out there. But no, back to you, Harrison. With whatever.
Uncut.
That's uncut.
That's why it's the
what
name
all
of the
about.
show, right?
That's right.
We're not cutting anything out.
That's right.
Yeah, I was looking up. I will say this: it's so weird to just Google things now because AI is your answer.
Hey, okay, yeah.
Like it just.
It's actually a crazy point, but yeah, you're right.
Well, you don't have to search for the article that you need to find the info. AI is just like, here you go. Let's say that runner's high is a rarity that most athletes don't experience it. So there you go.
All right.
But when it does happen, it's called basically it just dumps endorphins and endocannabinoids.
Nice. Love science.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Bill Nye.
They cross the blood-brain barrier and promote feelings of calm and reduced anxiety. So you got some endorphins and some endocannabinoids going on there. I couldn't tell you what endocannabinoids are.
I trust it.
They help.
Well, yeah. They call it a runner's high. I would,
yeah, you're gonna
it must be pretty good. But yeah, that was the runner's high for me was crossing the finish line and having the quads tighten up to where you think they're about to just freaking be cramping the rest of the day. I remember I did run it one of those years, and I was sitting in class at like 8:00 in the morning.
Cramp?
And no, it wasn't a cramp. I mean, I thought it was going to cramp, but my quad and my my calf muscles were just sitting there like spasming the entire class. And I was just like, dude, this is bizarre.
You're off the clock right now.
Yeah.
You need to relax.
Dude, it was crazy. It was like actually nuts. And it was only like an hour after we ran, but I mean, it was stupid. It was just like, this isn't normal. Kind of had me worried there for a little while, but it was like my muscles were actually spasming. Probably because, I mean, we ran like we were track runners and we weren't track runners. But
do you want to achieve the runner's high?
No.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
if
from the mom that had informed me that it does exist, she told me you got to get to 3 miles, and I don't want to get to 3 miles.
Well, if you ever change your mind, it might take more than 3. We do got Tim chiming in here on X. KP, finishing a full marathon gives you a running high.
Timmy.
Or 20 of them.
That's Tim Burnham. That's Tim Burnham. What's up, Timmy? Yeah, you're right. You're an absolutely godlike runner, dude. So I should pick your brain a little bit more, Tim, on what that feels like, because I mean, his son Casey Burnham was our center fielder in 2023. He was a 4-year guy at KU. He was a Jayhawk, and then he came over to us. He's a Grand Island native, and so I mean, his son is faster than all get out. I mean, he's one of the fastest guys you'll ever see in person. But Tim does marathons and such, and so yeah, that's crazy, Tim. I can't ever see myself getting to that point where I'm just bored on a Saturday and want to rip a marathon. But if we ever get to that point,
you can even walk it though. I will say,
well, sure,
like,
but
you don't want to be that guy either, though.
It's just like baseball, though, Harrison. Why would you want to play if you don't want to win? You know, you gotta,
I think it's just because if you say you ran a marathon, like no one's going to ask your time. You can be like, oh, wow, that guy.
Well, but you
Pretty
can't, if
athlete.
you walked it, you can't say you ran it, though.
Well, you leave that part out.
Well,
I participated in a marathon.
There you go.
And I finished
That's
a marathon.
better.
Yeah,
That's
you just
better.
say I finished a marathon.
That's better.
You don't say I ran it.
There you go.
Because then you guys say I ran, walked it.
Right. There you go. Yeah, speed walk. That's in the Olympics, though.
Yeah, get it out.
That and breakdancing, huh?
Breakdancing, they did.
That's official, huh?
Yeah, Australia. You know what's crazy is that she got published as the best breakdancer in the world still after the Olympics.
Hey, she brought the clicks.
Maybe she did bring the clicks, but I mean that was disastrous.
That was pretty entertaining, though.
When you think of breakdancing, I don't think anybody in their right mind thought that's what it was going to look like. And she got a lot of the backlash, but like even the other people, like they were, talented, skilled, but I was like, throw out some cardboard. Like I thought we are going to be seeing like head spins and all sorts of crazy stuff. Like I've seen Twitter videos that all looked like they would have won gold medals over everyone in the Olympics. Again, I don't know the rules of it. Like obviously there's probably a rule. No, you can't go slide out some cardboard, but I was very surprised by the product. I thought it was going to be awesome, and it was boring to say the least.
No doubt. And whatever her name was from Australia. Love Australia. Shout out Jazz Shelley. Shout out Caleb Feakin. Coach Feakin, he was their grad assistant last year. He's down under now with Jazz Shelley, former Husker. Both former Huskers. Caleb Feakin was a left-handed pitcher in my class and turned into our grad assistant. So shout out those guys down under. We could get the stream down under, no doubt. No doubt. But
get it anywhere.
Absolutely. But no, no, that Australia breakdancing performance was pretty crazy.
Rachel Gunn, that's her name.
There you go, Ray Gunn. Yeah.
Ray Gunn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was thinking about her name. Ray Gunn. Yeah, Ray Gunn. Not from Call of Duty.
No.
Zombies. Are you familiar there?
Oh, Kino? That's where it's at. OG.
That's my guy right there.
That's why it
That's
works.
what I'm talking about,
That's
bro.
why the show works. Speaking of the Olympics, what is the one event that you tune in that you know nothing about, but every year you're like, let's dive in and watch this. Let's see some competition.
Swimming. I don't like the metrics. Whatever the metrics are, it's meters, kilometers, whatever.
How many laps?
The international, yeah. Dumb it down. I mean, we need it to dumb it down.
Yeah, we don't do well with the metric.
I don't like it, and I think that's right. That's an American thing.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna change. We know it's more efficient.
Why would we?
But we like miles, foot, sign.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't. Even if you wanted to do the right thing, it's like, how much money that's going to cost to replace every sign in America that's using miles and change it to meters and then educate the public. Because I'll tell you what, you're going to have a lot of knuckleheads speeding if you change.
You're right about that.
They're like, well, I didn't know.
There was one SNL skit I think I saw that came across my feed the other day that was talking about, it was like a spoof on, Washington talking about how the country's going to be ran. He was saying all these, wise things. Then he would toss in like, we're going to call a dozen. And then we're not going to have any, or a 12. We're going to call 12 a dozen.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, oh, what are we going to talk or call any other numbers? No, that's just going to be the only number that has any sort of vocab attached to it. And
that is a good point. Why is 12
dude,
the only
but
one?
it goes on and on about, our metric system and whatnot. And it's actually a really entertaining bit. And SNL, in my opinion, has kind of dropped off in the recent years. They're kind of, around election season, I feel like they always pick it up.
Yeah.
And push out content. But, back when Chris Farley was doing it, it's not the same. At least for my humor, obviously it wouldn't be as successful as it is if it didn't attract others. But that's what's great.
Certainly hurt.
But yeah, and but that's the thing is I think Americans really just don't care, don't care about the fact that we're just a bit different, and we are in the best ways too. So we also got to remember that. But yeah, it's a good bit. You ought to look it up. It's pretty good.
I do enjoy some good comedy.
Yeah, great humor.
And,
Step Brothers, and the other guys. That's my kind of humor. You put on, I mean, that'll have me rolling every single time I watch it.
Yeah.
So
right.
Pretty stupid, raunchy comedy. That's what I'll take.
Yeah, I'll take it. Easy, low hanging fruit. I'll laugh. Don't matter to me. All right, we'll throw it to our final break here. Uncut with Kyle Perry, former Husker pitcher to my left. Hair Starns on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere. One more segment. right here on Tick Weeknights.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Childcare providers know that little kids are a big responsibility, and you work hard to do your best for the families who depend on you. But help may be available. If you own or work at a childcare program, you may be eligible for Nebraska's School Readiness Tax Credit. Find out if you or your program qualify, because in the work you do for our youngest kids, every dollar counts. Learn more at schoolreadinesstaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in, wrapping things up here. Final segment with Kyle Perry, the former Husker pitcher. To my left, as always, this is Uncut, 402-464-5685. You can join in on the Starter Heyman text line for any last-second comments, as we only got about 5 minutes left here. And again, use the streams. KP, what's on your mind?
Not a whole lot. It's 10:48 p.m. here in Lincoln, USA.
Have you always been a high-energy guy? That's what's always on my mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Always have been. And I'm really running on fumes, man. I'm running on about, 7.5 hours of sleep. Really been a long day. Got into work about 8 today in Waverly. So I drove from Omaha to Waverly. So I had to get up a little bit earlier to get ready, then to get to work on time, had a meeting. Yeah, man, it just has become a thing where like every day you have decisions to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you got to look yourself in the mirror, and even if sometimes you got to punch the mirror to get yourself going. Like it's something that you kind of gotta face, and I think having done 12 semesters in college has really done me good and that sort of things. But I mean it really is, you just kind of gotta dig deep, and I think being an athlete for as long as I was, I think that I really got to resort back to, okay, how bad does this really suck? A sort of mindset to like, we were talking about 6-minute miles. 6-minute miles. I mean, that's when you really, you think about it in real time. You got to dig deep.
Yeah.
You got to dig deep, or else it's going to be hell to pay, sort of thing. And so yeah, I think now that I'm working, I'm just grateful. I got a great paying job, and I'm enjoying what I do every day. But when you're waking up early mornings, it's, I don't care what you're doing. That's always a grind, right? To get your feet on the ground out of bed. And so,
especially this time of year,
no doubt, it's going to be frosty when you get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about
a remote start. You got to tough it out.
Right.
Quick run out there.
That's right. And us Midwesterners, we are very accustomed to that.
And if you go back in time long enough, suck it up even more. You're walking, bud.
Yeah. You got to crank that thing too. Yeah. Your Model T, you got to crank that thing. Or however you got those things started. I don't know.
That's a great question. How did
you
start
I don't know. I don't know, Harrison. See, this is where we go with this show, man. I love it. I mean, at one point we're talking about 6-minute miles, and we roll right into the Model T. No, it's great. This is a great thing we got going on here. No, I really
cranking.
Are you kidding me?
Hand cranking.
Come on now.
Yeah,
dude, we're like 3 for 3 on just those random call outs.
Yeah, you hand cranking the engine to activate magneto. The magneto, I don't know what that is. That supplied alternating current to the spark plugs.
No way.
So you really cranked that back in 1919.
You literally had to crank
start that car.
That's so fire, dude. I'm. You know what? I'll pat myself right on the back for that.
Hand cranking is a
crazy
call.
That's crazy call. Not what I was. I thought I was out of left field with that, but spot on right there, folks. Yeah. No, shout out the Model T, Ford Motor Company, correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
All right.
Model T.
All right. Maybe I'm not as empty brained as I thought I was there for a little while.
And it was the low voltage. That's why you could hand crank it. That's what's made it unique.
It's big time.
Low voltage, so just a hand crank's enough to get that thing fired up.
AC/DC wasn't about that.
You know how nice that'd be? Like when you lose your keys, if you just let me crank it instead, since I lost it.
Well, I've been having battery issues, Harrison, and so whatever plug you got for automobiles around here, the Firestone right down the street here.
A1 Automotive is the place.
A1 Automotive.
Yeah.
A1 Automotive. Shout out them.
They sponsor the Ticket Tailgate pregame
there
show.
You go.
And they'll take care of your whip.
A1 Automotive.
Mm-hmm.
Go check them out, folks. But yeah, so I've been having those issues, and I got this little portable box. Obviously, when the Model T was around, this thing would have been, life changing, game changer. It's this little box you charge. I charge it on my PS5 charger. I mean, this is just sort of things you got to do. Charge it up on the PS5 charger while you're playing video games and whatnot. You roll it in, you put the spark plugs into the side of this thing, and you connect it to your battery, and the light flashes green, and it gives you a little beep, when it's charging.
Yeah.
And you can roll right in. You put the keys in, and it starts up right away. It's pretty incredible. I've had to do it probably every time I've had to start my car.
What are you driving right now?
Well, a 2010 Ford Edge. So if anybody knows anything about a 2010 Ford Edge,
man, you're in that 010 with.
I'd love to know if there's any life hacks with that. Seriously. Because I took it to Firestone. I hadn't taken it to A1 Automotive, and they probably would have fixed my problem there, around the spot. No doubt. They probably would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've yet to check that box, but no, this little battery has gotten me far. But yeah, so 2010 Ford Edge. Not sure if you're supposed to be driving those things around, because this thing has got some problems, my friend.
I got an 07 Commander. She's,
hey,
she's
that's honest work,
too.
brother. That is honest work. So yeah, I mean, it was my fault for crashing my 05 Camry in the first place, and that thing was reliable as all get out, and so that's on me at the end of the day.
That is a Ford Edge.
Yeah. Does it say not to drive it?
No, I was just thinking it's a sedan.
No, yeah, it's a little SUV looking deal. Yeah, you recognize the car. You've seen it plenty of times.
The edge is around. Took me a little bit.
Yeah. I re-downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5 bored one day. I saw an edge in the game, so I customized it to make it look like mine. So
you're big on that. You did that for the baseball game as well.
Dude,
Haymarket
I don't know what you call it. I wouldn't say I'm big on it, but when I get into video games, I do some stupid stuff like that. So, but that's what it's all about. Yeah, and we're talking MLB The Show. Any MLB The Show players out there, you look up Hawks Field at Haymarket Park, boom, you're going to have my created stadium right there in the palm of your hand. And you're going to be impressed. I promise you. You play a game there and you're going to be like, wow, there's the batter's eye, or not the batter's eye, the turtle shell in right field. There's the bullpen, there's etc. Whatever. Memorial Stadium's beautiful. It's all lit up. Come on. That's what it's all about, Harrison.
More than just a baseball player, KP.
That's right, brother.
Never cease to amaze me. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. And for the rest of the Ticket Weeknights, that is the last live show. Appreciate you guys listening. But don't worry. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night.